What's concretely going to change? Well, on the employment front, if you can't work from home, and that is still the preference of the UK government, and I am just talking, nevertheless, about just one of those four nations that make up the UK, England, basically, then you can go to work. But the difficulty comes when you are then told, but please don't take public transport. Not everybody has a car. Not everybody can cycle. Not everybody can walk to work. So there is a concern that if there were a lot of people to go back to work today, and that is a great unknown amongst others, that there could be problems, because how do you respect social distancing? So how do you enforce that? But that is the plan. Of course, there's also a concern about safety in the workplace. So there are very strict guidelines that have been given to employers about that. There's a concern, also a question of confidence from employees. Will they be safe at work? As far as sports are concerned, if you can socially distance, like golf and tennis, that is now going to be possible. The housing market, it's been frozen for 7 weeks since we've been in lockdown since the 23rd of March. You can now move houses, you can view a house, you can sell a house, you can rent a flat, a house. So that is important. Nearly 500,000 people are estimated to have had moving plans frozen because of the lockdown, representing some £82 billion worth of deals that have been stalled.
The easing, even though it's limited, only happening so far in England. What about the rest of the United Kingdom? How is that working?
Well, look, it's actually quite simple. England is, in that sense, on its own, because although the Prime Minister is the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, and the United Kingdom is made up of four nations, so Wales, Northern Ireland, and Scotland, those other nations, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, are keeping the stay-at-home message. In fact, Nicola Sturgeon, the First Minister of Scotland, thinks that this is catastrophic, and that it's possibly because of pressures from business or other pressures that Boris Johnson is beginning this easing in England. What I should point out is that as of yesterday, we already had 32,500 people who have died from COVID-19 related illnesses, possibly up to 40,000. So the worst clearly in Europe, I think second in the world. And that's obviously going to heighten everybody's attention here about vigilance. The big fear is a second wave, and therefore that R rate, seeing how quickly the virus spreads, is going to be very closely watched.